In the deepest part of the ocean, the world is a dark, rich blue. Many beautiful fish swim in clear water of this wonderful paradise. There at the bottom of the sea stands the palace of the Merman King. The queen had died soon after giving birth to 6 mermaid princesses. The 6 princesses were cared for by an old mermaid. She taught them about many different lands, including those outside the ocean, and about the ways of the world. The palace was made of colorful coral and shells filled with shining pearls. The 6 princesses grew up quickly. But the youngest princess, the Mermaid Princess, was the most beautiful of all. Her eyes were aquamarine, and her skin was the color of rose petals. The Mermaid Princess had a special treasure that she loved very much, the statue of a beautiful boy that had sunk with a ship on the stormy sea. Compared to her older sisters, the Mermaid Princess liked to be by herself and to dream. She also liked to hear stories about the people who lived on the land.
When you turn 15, I'll allow you to swim to the surface. Really?
How wonderful!
You'll be able to see people on boats, the town near the shore, the green forests, the birds flying in the sky, the dazzling sun, and the beautiful fragrant flowers.
Time passed, and the older sister turned 15. She saw many things and then returned home. She had so much to tell her sisters. She described a castle and a vineyard she had seen. She talked about the music she had heard, the chirping of the birds, the morning sun shining like a red rose, and the golden sunset. It would be 5 more years before the Mermaid Princess could go. She couldn't wait to see the outside world. Finally, her 15th birthday arrived. The Mermaid Princess swam up to the surface. There she saw something more wonderful than anything she had ever heard about. It was a prince on the deck of a sailing ship. They were having a party on the ship in honor of his birthday.
What a handsome prince! What a fine person he must be!
Suddenly, the sky grew black. There was a terrible storm, and the ship sank. The Mermaid Princess searched frantically for the prince. When the prince opened his eyes, the Mermaid Princess was hidden behind the rocks on the shore. Then a pretty human girl approached.
Ah!
Thank you for saving me. I owe you my life. The prince looked into the girl's eyes and smiled.
I saved the prince, but he doesn't even notice me. How cruel!
In tears, the Mermaid Princess swam back to the palace under the sea. But she just couldn't forget the prince.
I want to see him again.
Unable to bear it any longer, she told her sisters everything.
All right, we'll take you to him.
The sisters took her to a cove near the shore where the prince's castle stood.
My dear prince, if I can only be human. Let me tell you about the difference between humans who live on land and we who live in the sea. When humans die, they are given eternal souls. Mermaids can live 300 years, but when we die, we disappear like foam into the sea.
Every day, the mermaid princess swam to the shore beneath the castle balcony so that she could see the prince.
There's only one way for me to get the eternal soul that the old mermaid told me about. Prince and I must promise our eternal love.
Making up her mind to become human, she went to visit the Witch of the Sea.
I know exactly why you have come. Take this potion. One drink, and your fins will become 2 legs. When you walk like a human, it will hurt you like you're walking on glass. And I will take your beautiful voice away from you. If you fail to win the prince's love, you'll disappear like foam on the following day.
With this, I can be by the prince's side.
She drank the potion on the shore and became human. Enduring the sharp pain in her feet, she walked to the prince's castle.
How beautiful you are. Please stay here in the castle and play the harp for us.
I'm so happy that I can be by your side and take care of you.
The mermaid princess was beside herself with joy. Although she couldn't speak, the prince was very kind to her. He gave her a beautiful dress made of silver and gold thread and a sparkling necklace. They played music together, he on the violin, she on the harp. Time went by, and the prince became engaged to the princess of a neighboring land.
It's all because I have no voice and can't tell the prince my true feelings. Unless I show him, I'll disappear like the foam the day after they marry.
We gave the Witch of the Sea our hair in return for this knife. If you stab the prince with it, you'll be a mermaid again.
The mermaid princess took the knife, but she couldn't bring herself to stab the prince.
I was happy just to be by his side. I left the family I love and sacrificed my beautiful voice. And in return for that suffering, I could spend some joyful time with him. But now his love belongs to his new bride. Goodbye, my prince! I hope you always be happy.
And as the sun rose in the sky, she disappeared like foam into the sea. The prince, who knew nothing about it, married the princess and lived very happily. The princess gave birth to a daughter who looked just like the mermaid princess. The mermaid princess had disappeared like foam, but she had been given an eternal soul. She was reborn into the world as their baby princess.